Hey guys, and welcome back to the JTO channel. And this is your UEFA Champions League preview. Chelsea versus Juventus under the lights at Stamford Bridge, 8 p.m. tomorrow night, Tuesday. It's a big game, people. Obviously, Juve, they've been a bit inconsistent in the league. Ever since they beat us, they've had some big wins against Roma, but then I think they've had some embarrassing losses as well. So look, at least they've been a little bit better from when the first time we faced them, in which we did lose the game 1-0, unfortunately. That game, we're all over the place, just in terms of we weren't able to break them down. They defended really well. And the fact that we just had a lack of concentration when we conceded that goal. And I feel like tactically, Thomas Tuchel will learn from that game. I think he'll know what to do. That's how good of a manager he is. He when something goes wrong, he'll learn from it, and he'll move on and work on it. And hopefully tomorrow that shows, and he can pan out a game plan for us to go and beat Juventus with a comfortable scoreline. Now, obviously, they're top of the group right now, and even if we beat them tomorrow by like 2-0, it's still very likely that they could top the group, just because I think there's more chance of them beating Malmo at home by a big scoreline than us going away to Zenit, Russia, and beating them by a big scoreline. So even if we win tomorrow, I still think, despite wanting to top the group, I still think Juve will top the group in my opinion, because I just think they have an easier last game against Malmo. We've got Zenit, they're a decent team, I guess. Do you understand? So yeah, look, tomorrow, Max Allegri's people come to Stamford Bridge, and Thomas Tuchel obviously done his press conference. Trevor Chalobah did as well. Go check them out. It's on Chelsea Football Club's YouTube channel. There's some quotes on Twitter if you want to see. You know where to go to get the quotes or the videos and all of that stuff. So yeah, obviously done it, and I'm just gonna talk about the injury news. Obviously, Kovacic is still out. We don't know when he's going to be back. That hamstring injury must have been worse than Timo Werner's. If we're just going to keep it a buck, I still expect him to be out then for at least another week, two maybe. Who knows? Really unfortunate for him, considering he did have a really good start to the season. Timo Werner's fit now. He's fit. Everyone knows this. He was on the bench against Leicester. Didn't come on, to be fair. But yes, he is fit to start. He's ready. He's fit. I saw him in training with the team, so he is fine. Lukaku is back, people. Lukaku is back. Now, just because I'm saying he's back, I'm not saying he's back ready to start. I'm just saying he's back to full training. Full training. Okay, I saw him earlier today. I saw clips. Saw a video of him in training. Saw him walking out with Kepa. So he's out there with the Hudson-Odois, the Mason Mounts, the Jorginhos, Jorginho, by the way, despite having cramp against Leicester City, he is fit. Doesn't surprise me that he sort of had cramp. He has played quite a lot of football for Italy and obviously for Chelsea as well. But yeah, who else? Obviously, we all know Pulisic's back. Kai Havertz? Yes, Kai. Mr. Kai Havertz had a bit of tension, had a bit of tightness in his hamstrings yesterday, hence why he went off. So I don't think he's gonna be in the squad tomorrow either, because I didn't see him in full training. Today I didn't see a video, because obviously Haters TV, go check them out. Their YouTube channel is actually really good. Haters TV, bring out clips on post-match conferences from managers and players and stuff like that, and they also are allowed to go to the training grounds to film, like, a couple minutes of the players just training and doing all that stuff, the basics. So big up them lot. Obviously, they filmed Chelsea players coming out. Everyone came out, literally everyone, except for Mateo Kovacic, obviously, who's out, and Kai Havertz didn't come out either. So Kai Havertz, I do not expect him to play tomorrow. He might make the bench, but I don't expect him to play because he didn't appear in training. So yeah, at least tomorrow's game is 8 p.m. So we'll see. He must have had a setback of some sort for him not to be training. So it is what it is. So yeah, other than that, people, everyone else is okay. If I'm not wrong. And let's just get into the lineup. Now, this lineup's been really difficult to pick, considering certain players that came on and done well. Certain players that went off early makes me think, ooh, he might save them for this game, which we're playing tomorrow. There's maybe some players Tuchel might want to rotate for the Man United game to look ahead, because this fixture schedule as we head into December is about to be crazy. So it's like Tuchel's got to look after his squad in ways. Do you understand? So yeah, let's just get on with it and start. In goal, Edouard Mendy. The back three, I think this was really tough to pick, but I think Rudiger will keep his place at left centre back. Don't think we need to rotate there. Christensen, I think, will come in for Thiago Silva, in my opinion, with maybe Thiago Silva being saved for Man United in the weekend. And I think at right centre back, Trevor Chalobah. I think that's what I want. Trevor Chalobah, Christensen, and Rudiger. Wouldn't surprise me if it was Thiago Silva who played this game and then he didn't play the United game with Christensen as the right centre back. I could definitely see that happening. That was the back three, to be fair, against Juve in the first game, so you never know. But in my opinion, I think it's going to be Trevor Chalobah. He deserves to keep his place, man. He's just showing how good he is. And for me, I think we got to look out for Chiesa down that left-hand side. I thought he was a problem that day. Him on the left and the right, because we played the likes of Alonso and Aspie as wing backs, and he was causing them trouble. So yeah, I think it's gonna be Trevor Chalobah there, in my opinion, with Christensen and Rudiger. At right wing back, I was thinking Aspilicueta for a second, but I don't think Aspie against Juve worked. So, and like I said, I think Thomas Tuchel will learn from his lesson. To be fair, I don't think we had Reece James available anyway. He was injured, to be fair, so we had no choice but to play Aspie there. But I think in this game, Reece James gets to keep his place. I think the guy is on hot form right now. Him and Ben Chilwell down the left-hand side. I think those two right now are nearly undroppable for me. They're one of the first names on the team sheet, and tactically and their characteristics and the way they play, their playing style, I think would just suit the way we'd want to deal with Juve tomorrow, just in my opinion. We move on to the double pivot now. Bit of a tough one as well. I was thinking Kante Ruben, because I wasn't actually sure Jorginho's fit, but he is fit and he's fine. It was just a bit of cramp. I've had cramp before. You're literally fine the next day. Like, it's okay. Or you're literally fine in a couple hours, in fact, even. So it's okay, to be honest. So I think Jorginho will keep his place. It wouldn't surprise me if he didn't, but I think he will. I don't expect Saul to play. Ruben, he might actually come on, Ruben Loftus-Cheek. But at the same time, I do think, why not go with Ruben and N'Golo Kante? I think N'Golo Kante has to keep his place. It's a big game, and he hasn't played. He was obviously not available for the first game against Juve as well. So I feel like Kante in big games, he rises to the occasion, he turns up and stuff like that. Yes, we got to look after him a bit as well, to be fair. That's why in this game I'd start him and then eventually bring him off if we are winning the game comfortably. Even if we're losing, like maybe he would come off anyway, but yeah, Kante would start, and maybe Ruben, just because with Juventus, I feel like tomorrow going to Stamford Bridge, I think they're gonna just want to sit back and go on the counter attack, and they're gonna let us have the ball just like they let us have the ball at their place in the first place. And I felt like we didn't have much directness about us. We didn't really break them down like that. So I don't know. Maybe we be brave and go for Ruben and Kante. Maybe Thomas Tuchel thinks about the United game ahead. But to be fair, at the same time, the United game's on a Sunday, so I don't know, to be honest with you. But I think I'm gonna go with Kante and Jorginho for now. But it wouldn't surprise me. Trust me, this lineup I'm going with, I could be completely wrong. It literally could be like, I'll explain at the end of the video. But yeah, those would be my two. And then the front three, this was the toughest one. This was the toughest one to really predict for me, because Pulisic came on, played well. Ziyech came on, played well. Mason Mount came off in the 60th minute. I feel like maybe Tuchel might be saving him for this game in particular. You know, give him 30 minutes rest and that. You get me? And obviously Timo Werner's fit and Lukaku's fit. Now, I don't think Lukaku's going to play, because Thomas Tuchel did, to be fair, in his press conference, did say, at best, at the very maximum, Lukaku will probably come on and get a few minutes. At the very maximum. So, yeah, I don't think Lukaku's going to start. When I look at Timo Werner, I think Timo will start up front. I'm going to say that right now. I think Timo Werner is going to start up front. Why? Because Tuchel said Lukaku's not going to start at best. He'll come on and get a few minutes. Kai Havertz didn't train today and has had a bit of tightness, a bit of tension in his hamstrings. So I don't think he's going to start tomorrow. He might not even make the bench. So, in my opinion, I feel like Timo Werner is really our only option. Although Pulisic, false number 9, you're thinking to yourself, maybe that's not a bad shout. But at the same time, you think to yourself, Hudson-Odoi, does Hudson-Odoi play? Who knows? I wouldn't start Ziyech in this game, by the way. He started the last game against Juve, and I just don't think a game like Juve suits him. In a game where they sit back, and considering the areas he's going to have to pick up in that game, I don't think he's going to have much time on the ball to do what he has to do. You know, when he has time on the ball like he did against Leicester, he can cook, innit? He can do his thing. But I don't think against Juve, you're going to have time on the ball. And I feel like tomorrow we're going to need players who know they're not going to have time on the ball, and they're going to be quick on their feet. So tomorrow, for me personally, I would actually play Pulisic and Mason Mount tomorrow. I was thinking Hudson-Odoi, but I think Hudson-Odoi should play on the weekend against Man United. Um, and I think we should give Pulisic a game now. I think he's ready to start a football game for Chelsea. Like I said, he's had substitute cameos against Malmo, obviously for us, Leicester City and Burnley. And then for the USA, he had cameos against Mexico and Jamaica. So I feel like he's got enough minutes in the tank to be ready to start a football game. I feel like him and Mason Mount tomorrow, two players that didn't play against the Juve game. Fuck me, we had a lot of players out for that game, didn't we, in the first place? Bro, we had Kante out, we had Reece James out, we had Pulisic out, we had Mason Mount out. That's why we had another man out as well. We had a couple players out in that game. I couldn't believe it, but yeah, thank God we're back, and thank God we've nearly got a fully fit squad. It's only really Kovacic to really come back. I think Kai will come back for this weekend's game. So, in my opinion, Pulisic and Mason Mount, I feel like tactically those two in tight spaces, Mason Mount's half turns and his quick thinking, can spring attacks. Pulisic with his dribbling, his close control and his link-up play with the centre forward can be key. Timo Werner might not suit a game like this, but at the same time, it's like, who else have you got to play up front? He's only really the only other striker we can play there. Even though I genuinely don't think Timo Werner suits a game like this, but it's like, we've got no choice but to play him anyway. Do you understand what I'm trying to say? So, yeah, I think I would start Timo Werner tomorrow. But trust me, guys, it wouldn't surprise me if you saw Pulisic as a false nine with Mason Mount and Hudson-Odoi beside him. Would it surprise you if Ruben Loftus-Cheek goes with Jorginho to rest Kante for the game against Man United because Kante has his injury issues? Who knows? He could rotate one of the wing backs. I don't think he should. I don't think he will. Don't think Ashby and Alonso worked against Juve, so I don't think he's going to try that again. Unless he's got something differently tactically up his sleeve with those two to play. Do you understand? So, yeah. And then the back three, who knows? He could put Azpilicueta there instead of Trevor Chalobah. He could put Christensen, Thiago Silva, Rudiger. For me, this lineup was so unpredictable. But, yeah, let me just run you through the team just so you're not confused. I did say Mendy in goal for me. Rudiger, Christensen and Trevor Chalobah as the back three. Reece James is the right wing back. Ben Chilwell is the left wing back. And then Kante and Jorginho is the double pivot. And then a front three of Pulisic, Mason Mount and Timo Werner up top. Now, for me, the key thing tomorrow is how are we going to break them down? Are we going to be precise on the ball? Are we going to keep the ball well? Are we going to be able to deal with Juventus' counter-attacks? Can we have that concentration for the whole game like we didn't for literally 10, 15 seconds, for when they scored the goal? I think the key thing tomorrow is we're going to need players who are very close on the ball, players that know what to do with the ball in tight areas, players who know how to get out of situations. That's why I put Mason Mount and Christian Pulisic together, because for me, those two are probably the best players, maybe alongside Callum, when they receive the ball and there's maybe 2-3 players around them, or when they're about to receive the ball knowing somebody's going to come from behind, I feel like those two would know what to do with their first touch. Mason Mount likes his half turns, Pulisic with his trickery, and flicks and all of that stuff as well. So I feel like tomorrow those two could be very key for the way we want to play tomorrow. So will Ben Chilwell and Reece James. And yeah, guys, a score prediction to finally finish this off. I am going to go with a 2-0 Chelsea win. Like I said, I think Thomas Tuchel will learn from his lessons, and I think there's going to be certain players key to the way we win this game, because that first game against Juve, bruv, there was no fluidity, there was no movement, there was no patterns of play in that game either. And I feel like in this game, we could see a bit of fluidity between Timo running down the channels, Pulisic maybe, running into the box late, Mason Mount with that free roll dropping deep, being in the 10, being on the left, the right, and then obviously with the wing backs acting as 10s, getting in the box. Who knows? I feel like we'll have a bit more fluidity in tomorrow's game compared to the loss we had against them. So yeah, guys, tell me your thoughts down below on the game. Do you think we'll win? Do you think we'll lose? Tell me your score predictions down below. Tell me your lineup predictions down below as well. And yeah, guys, I'll see you tomorrow for my review and my player ratings video when hopefully Chelsea do beat Juventus at home in the Champions League under the lights at Stamford Bridge. I'll see you lot then. Come on, Chelsea. Let's get this W. Peace.